I can't even imagine what it's like to go home to friends and family after a win like that. But let's talk a little bit about the eye poke. And I did notice you went over to Mike Beltran, I believe it was, after the round to try to have a conversation. What went down there?
I mean, so it's like a 50-second sequence of events that is just blows my mind whenever I think about what actually happened. So I get poked in the eye. He calls timeout, but the only reason I can understand why he called timeout was he was absolutely terrified of the heat that was being thrown
Right.
in that cage. He says timeout from like 4 feet away and does absolutely nothing to get in between the action and allows him to punch me, you know, and, breaks, he calls timeout, stop, we stop. And he looks at me and he's like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "No, I'm not good." He just fucking poked me in the eye.
Right.
And then immediately after that, he says, "Are you good?" And then so in my mind, I think he's referencing the punch that just occurred.
Hmm.
And so I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good," because as a fighter, you never say you're not good
Of
to
course.
continue.
Right.
So I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good," like from the punch. And then he says, "Okay, fight." And then I was like, "No, I need my time." He poked me in the eye. And he looks directly at me and he says, "You said you're good. Fight." And he never looked at my eye. He never he didn't even take 1 second to see if I was affected. And so going back, I just can't understand how it happened, why it happened, or what the fuck happened. You know, so once you call timeout, you've already acknowledged this. The procedure starts. There's a procedure that starts. There's a definition. There's a rules. There's just a procedure, and he absolutely just skipped over the entire procedure.
Right.
Yeah, I think he messed up. Not getting in between the action, and then exasperated it by, not inspecting my eye and not giving me the time. It's just crazy. Like, what if I would have got knocked out? Like, that was a big punch. What if that would have knocked me out? And those can change the whole direction of a fight. So it's just crazy to me that it wasn't a big issue, because for me it was a huge issue. Like,
Of
that's
course,
$1 million. That if I
bro.
lose, that's so much money off my table. And it was a big thing of events. And then and I hate to critique the guy, or criticize him so bad. I mean, he's human and we make mistakes. And I just think that, I don't know if, like, again, the heat that is coming in that cage. Like, I don't know if they were not expecting it, but pretty much every ref that I step out of there with has a look in their eyes, and it's a look of they're shook. Like
Right.
they're a
Right.
little bit
Right. Right.
intimidated
No,
by
I get it.
what just occurred. And I understand that, but this is real life. Like, this is not. I need them to be like in real life, real game mode. Like, they're in practice mode. Whenever we're not dealing with seconds anymore. This is way less than seconds. And if you're gonna break action, you got to put your body in there. Like, you
Right.
need to take a
Right.
shot.
Yes.
If you're gonna get hit, that needs to be okay. You
And
know.
I praise Mike Beltran a lot, so I have no problem criticizing him in this instance. It was mishandled. There was no calling for the ringside physician. And just because the rules don't necessarily grant you 300 seconds like they do for a groin strike, it was mishandled. You go over to ask for an explanation. Did he say anything to you? Because we're trying to do our best
Yeah.
on the fly as
So I
commentators.
go
What do
over
you
there. I'm
say?
like, yo. At that point, I was upset. I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? Get your head in the game. Like, do your
Right,
fucking
right,
job. What the
right,
fuck is going on, dude? I need your head in the game right now. Like, this is
right,
real life.
right.
And he just says, "You said you were good. You said you were good." And then he tries to talk to me in the back. And this is why I'm kind of more upset about it, because he tried to justify it and he tried to act like he did. If you would have just accepted that he fucked up, then I would have, then I'm still, then at least at least I have a picture of why it happened, and how it will never happen again. Like, we need to learn from that.
Right. Well, no,
So
it's
yeah,
almost as though he proceeded as if it was a punch and not an eye poke in
it
terms of
almost, yeah, almost, if he didn't believe me, but that is irrelevant because he already stopped the
exactly,
action. So
exactly. He
therefore,
once you call time. Yep. No, you're exactly right, man. I
even
mean,
if I faked it, it doesn't matter. You can go to the fucking, now we can review shit. You can go there and then you can take a point away from me, or I don't know how that would, maybe you disqualify me. I don't know. If I'm lying, the good thing, the thank God it didn't get my actual eyeball. All I felt was a ton of pressure in my eye. you know, and he put a bunch of pressure, and in that second, you don't know what's wrong. You know, I think you think cry for a second because you're not sure. It's just a bunch of pain, and yeah, I was just fucking absolutely astonished that was the sequence of events that occurred.